solo travel. I think that's massive for self-development, just to find where you stand. Like, what's your baseline? When everything's removed, when people aren't around, how comfortable are you by yourself? It's scary.
And getting over that barrier of getting yourself out there by yourself.
Can you say that again one more time?
You're currently by yourself, but you're not alone because you have people that love you. They're not with you, but they're here.
Oh, beautiful.
You did a lot of traveling by yourself. What do you think is the first thing you realize when you're alone? Wow, it looks so professional.
It does, it really does. It feels like I'm in a professional podcast, mate.
It feels like I'm on episode
How many
19.
episodes?
You're episode 19.
19.
Exactly.
That's my birthday, 19.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks, brother. Thank you, brother.
This is going to be great.
It is going to be great.
Thank you for coming or watching the Journey to Life podcast, and you're on it the
Journey
first
to
time.
Life.
Journey to Life, self-development podcast.
I love it, man. Let's
Here
go.
we go. All right. The first question I love to ask is, if someone met you for the first time,
Okay.
what would they assume about you, and what would they get wrong?
If someone met me for the first time, I think earlier in the years, sometimes people can take, I'm not sure this is totally always when someone would meet me for the first time, but kindness for weakness. Like especially when you're first meeting someone, you're very kind and you're very like placid. You're trying to just make a good impression. I think you can sometimes get that wrong for weakness or not have any boundaries, or sometimes with people. So that's how I feel about it. If someone were to meet me for the first time, we're pretty cool, we're pretty easy. It's interesting because our dynamic in our relationship is through jiu-jitsu, right? And so when we met, you kind of meet and then you go, yeah, I'm Will, I'm Tom, and then you shake hands and you go and you wrestle. And, you know what I mean? And you're straight into like combat. And it's super weird, right? It's super weird when you meet people like that. Like no one, if you do jiu-jitsu, you understand that, but if you don't, then...
You do meet each other straight away, right? Like you meet each other on a deeper level.
Exactly.
Like, there are no questions, there are no conversations off topic now after I had sweat all over.
yeah. It's like, what's your name? I'm Will. Yeah, I'm Tom. Yeah, cool. Let's just like go.
Resonate.
So I actually really enjoyed meeting people that way, because I think straight away you find out pretty quickly who they are. You know, how kind they are, like the type of person. Pretty soon, compared to where you can kind of put up this facade in real life. I feel like, when you meet people out in public. But it's a great question. I love
that too. Nice. So, how has your self-development journey developed over the years?
How would you define self-development, really?
I've actually recently gotten more into that, and I first looked into the word development. Yeah. Because what is it exactly? And it gave me more terms around like developing houses, developing something too, and it was, if I get it right, I'm not sure, but you're developing something into, it's getting more efficient, or it can do more of the same thing, or more different things. You're essentially upgrading it to something. Yeah. So if there wasn't any foundation, then foundation gets built in. It gets more efficient. It gets more ability points.
Yeah.
And so I think self-development is more of realizing what foundation what I would need. Yeah. So for me it's more action, and focus was the first thing. Yeah. So I started meditating, or at least I created a focus exercise to just sit still, focus on breathing. If you're not focusing on that, come back to it. And that taught me to study, it taught me to sit still, it taught the basis of anything that I needed to learn more about developing myself. Yeah. So I guess it's the different parts of yourself, your ability to do more, you're growing that part of yourself. Yeah. In all the facets of it.
So the question is, what do I think of self-development?
Yeah, or maybe I would love to know then for you, what is your definition of self-development?
Well, I really like to break things into different columns. Like you've obviously got personal self-development, you've got business self-development, you've got financial, and they're all different aspects of someone's life. And I think for me, like especially if I just go to this year, doing stuff that makes me uncomfortable, that's self-development. Not too uncomfortable, but enough to warrant then growth off the back of that. So I think of this year, you know, one of our friends, Josh, he's holding me accountable to posting a music singing video once a week for the whole year.
Yeah.
It's one of my goals. And, you know, even just being accountable to that and doing that every week, that's for me self-development. Because I'm saying what I want to do, and then I'm also following up and doing it every week. That in a way, but also just, I don't know, doing things that people won't usually do. So for example, my job and what I do is, I'm in sales and I go door to door, sometimes cold calling people to kind of want their business, right, to work with them. And that usually entails quite a lot of rejection and it's uncomfortable, but the growth you get from that, the character you find yourself from, like, that builds out of that is amazing. Yeah. You know, I would take self-development as a couple of those things, but also we spoke about earlier, travel, that's massive. Solo travel. I know you've done a bit of solo travel, I've done a bit of solo travel. I think that's massive for self-development, just to find where you stand. Like, what's your baseline? When everything's removed, when people aren't around, like, how comfortable are you by yourself? And I got this thing, I was reading Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey, the book. Yeah. Yeah, and the book was like, he said, you know, there's a difference between loneliness and being alone. You know, being alone is different to having loneliness. And especially when you solo travel, you're alone, but you're not lonely. That's two different. That's two different things. You know.
So cool that you say that.
Yeah.
Because I had a moment in the last year, the 3 months that was by myself in Japan with a goal, focused on filming and on one part of my life. And I spoke with a friend, Jack, cool guy, and I told him my problem. I was feeling a bit down, and he said the same thing but slightly different phrasing. It's like, you're not alone, you're by yourself. You have people that love you, and they're just not here with you now.
Oh, well,
but
so
they're
beautiful.
There. And I was like, man, to hear that from him just felt really, really good.
Can you say that again one more time?
So it's like, you're currently by yourself, but you're not alone, because you have people that love you. They're not with you, but they're here.
Oh, beautiful.
And
I love that.
Right?
Yeah, that's amazing.
And
exactly
that was exactly what I needed, because back then I was trying to do as much as I could regarding filming, and many boundaries that I had to overcome because there were resistances, like sitting for a long time scripting, getting out there, filming in public. It's scary.
Oh, super scary. And super scary.
And getting over that barrier of sort of getting yourself out there by yourself. It helps to be by yourself, like what you say with travel.
Yeah.
But it's good to know that baseline of people that are out there that love you.
Oh, absolutely.
It's nice to fall back on.
Yeah, it is. I love that. I really do. But I feel like you know, they say this all the time, but like, no one's coming to save you in a way. So I feel like that solo journey is sometimes so good to go, like, can I really hold myself, you know, when shit goes wrong, or, you know, if I'm doing anything uncomfortable, is there a baseline that I fall back to that's good, you know? Yeah. And I really love that idea. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
You did a lot of traveling by yourself, but what do you think is the first thing you realize when you're alone?
I like to break things down into psychology, because that's my background. I kind of studied psychology. And I like to talk about, like, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm not sure if you've heard of Maslow's.
Yeah, that's
pyramid, right? Pyramid, yeah. And what he talks about is you got basic needs that you need to be met. And I think when you're solo traveling, you go, well, I need to meet these basic needs first before I even think about anything else. Like, where am I staying tonight? Have I got any food? Have I got any water? Like, that's what I straight away was like, geez, I'm in Croatia for the next, you know, supposed to be 10 days. Yeah. Where am I going to be staying? You know, what am I going to be doing? Those, like, straight away, I love that it's peeled back to, like, the basic needs. Like, I'm not thinking about doing anything really fun at the moment. I'm doing, like, where am I staying? Where am I sleeping? Type thing. That's what I loved about solo traveling, was like, you know, okay, I'll find where I'm staying. Cool, I'm safe. I'm eating, all that kind of stuff. And then friends come along the way, people you meet, and you go have some fun. So that's what I love that part of it.
I totally agree with that. I think a year and a half ago when I arrived here in Australia. That's exactly my base, because I came here with almost no money of my own.
Yeah.
And I had enough for like the first 10 days of a hostel, and in those 10 days I needed to get a house, work, because I needed money for food. And
yeah, wow.
And the money I had for food was not a lot. But luckily, my hostel where I was staying gave me breakfast and dinner included. And I usually packed more food in the evening and in the morning, so I had lunch. But I'm tall, so that wasn't always enough. So through the day, I would have these moments of like, fuck, food is important. Because I was trying to call hundreds of different places if they had work for me, and trying to message all these people. And I realized that first need of food is so important, regardless of like the money. I needed to have some money more to make.
Things get stripped back real quickly when you get put in that position. You're like, okay, well, I need to sort that out first before I go and think about anything else. You know, making friends, like it comes to it, you know.
I do think that hunger, like I really felt that, I think yesterday when I heard Tony Robbins say that was like, you need that hunger for more. And literally the hunger for more food was a good drive to get out of that hostel in Silver's Paradise. Just to get to my own place, hunger to get work, get some money, hunger for more food, hunger for change. And I guess that was actually a big part of my own self-development journey. Back then I was really doing the changing one habit a month type thing. So I was like 30 days. And I had this big goal of trying to get 12 new habits in a year. In the end, I think I got to 6 new habits, and I realized that even with 6 big new things, you need more time to really push them into your life. A few of them really stuck, but I had a few that also weren't obtainable always. I think I like the what's the saying was one day is okay, but the second day of not doing it is a new habit. The start of a new habit.
I've heard that too. That makes total sense. Well, it's like it's the first time it's a mistake, but then the second time it's purposeful. You know, you know, you're purposely missing it or whatever the line
like you're creating a new habit. It's the start of a new habit or something. Like that.
It's interesting though, because sometimes that's like pressure as well. It's like, you know, you want to make these habits, but then, you know, you miss one and then you can feel the guilt, and that's a bad cycle to get into, you know, when you get guilt and stuff for that too.
The negative thinking patterns. I find that I made a little metric for myself, because through running, that was my first goal, to get more of like the running going, get to my first marathon. And I found that anything that made me stop, I should find a way to minimize. And most of it was negative self-talk and coming up with these great ideas why to stop. So and that came usually from negative self-talk. And I had to like nip that in the bud before it could give me an idea that was so good that I would believe it and then stop.
That's so funny, man. Well, you ran heaps, didn't you? You run like how many miles? How many kilometers did you run?
But to be fair, I think I did one normal marathon, then I did my 50, then 107, then I did
107 kilometers.
Did another 50.
Wow.
Then my biggest one was 160.
You did 160 Ks in one go.
It was 29 hours of pure pain.
Oh my God, man, that's crazy. I'm running a marathon in October and I can't even fathom that, let alone 170 Ks.
I was in the same spot where you are. I had 2 months to go to my first normal marathon. I was working with a guy, and this person showed up. Adam Green, shout out. He's awesome.
Was he on your podcast previously? Yes.
He also was. And he said this one thing that I fully took on for truth. He said, if you can run 10K, you can do 100. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense, and I think that is 100% true.
And then you just take that on board and embody that, you know.
100%. I didn't even question it.
I'm just going to believe in that.
I'm just going to. Later on, I found there was more to it, but that belief was the baseline of me. Like, that was the baseline of me being able to create my own metric of doing my first 100. Because what I realized while running was, why do people stop? They start thinking negative, and then they get a good idea. Maybe I should stop because I still have 70 kilometers to go. And I thought, if I can just nip in the bud any negative thought, I can never give myself a great idea to stop. So I will only tell myself one more checkpoint that is 10K, and I can do 10K. I've trained for that. And I've done a marathon, I can do that. So every time I got this negative thought, like, shh, don't listen to that. One more checkpoint, 10K, that's what we can do.
Wow, and amazing.
I think focusing on what we can do makes us want to move towards it. Because knowing you can do it, you feel no resistance to acting on it. If you make a goal too big and you're not sure if you can, you feel a lot of resistance and you don't want to start in. So I've been trying that in my self-development journey for other things as well. Like for editing, it's like, what can I do? I can just put one clip on my timeline for my podcast. Super simple. I can do that today. Can I edit for 6 hours and finish my whole podcast? That sounds a bit scary, and I feel a lot of resistance. I don't want to do that.
I love that. I love that.
So make it so small that it's like, bam, in 5 minutes. And then you're sitting already, and you're doing it. So I usually don't. I know I'm tricking myself, but it works.
Yeah, because I feel like you're only moving the needle, right? Like some people they think so far ahead. Like, you said to me earlier, like with your podcasting or whatever it is, you strategize, you do all the procrastination of trying to plan everything, but then you haven't even moved the needle at all. You've not even done any action, so that's why I love what you just said there, because it's like, focus on the one thing and make it small, and then you're moving the needle. And you do that over and over again, action. Yeah. That's how it goes, So I love that.
Like, we can theorize over how you're going to run that marathon, but you have to make the 30,000 steps that takes to do it. It's 30,000, I don't know how many steps it are, but probably a lot. You have to take every single step. And I feel like for any big goal, that's the same thing. Big marathon sounds like one thing. 30,000 small segments you can do.
Yes. Yeah.
It's like, and then, what was it again? I'm not sure if I'm quoting it right. It's like, any big thing is just a bunch of small things in a row you can do. Exactly. Anything that's big that sounds scary is just a bunch of small things.
Exactly. And it's like all the big things that are built, like people see to the finished product, but you don't see just every little minute step, all the way through.
Yeah. Is there something you've been focusing on? Something you've been trying, like your struggle you've felt recently that you're like, just give me a moment where you like really felt resistance when you were trying to do something or something.
I think I just have that internal battle of, like, I've just turned 25 and it's obviously a young age, but it's one of them things where you're thinking about the future, you're thinking about your career, you're thinking about I'm ambitious, I want to, provide for a future family, but I also want to travel and I want to live and I want to go to a music festival. So it's like that dichotomy, I think, is something that I've had to keep working on and trying to manage. I think that's, like, I'm trying not to have an existential crisis all the time, because you always think about these things, right? Like, if I think of things in bigger pictures, I'm thinking about like that. But as you said, as we just spoke about, if you break it down, when you're breaking it down to, weeks, days, everything makes it so much easier, I think that's, for me, that's one thing I've been kind of working and training my mind towards, and being like, in a way, trust your future self. That's what I've been trying to tell myself, is like, you're doing the right things, the habits are there, you're working hard. It's not really a destination, it's a journey, but just trust your future self.
Your own path.
Your own path.
Hero's journey.
Yeah. And it'll happen. It'll tweak. Because I belief in myself. Something that we all do, It's just, But at the moment, you just enjoy the ride.
I guess so. I mean, I'm in the same boat. I'm 25 now.
Yeah.
And obviously, when we look at social media, we're not millionaires yet. So apparently we're doing something.
Yeah, we're sucked, apparently.
to those other 19-year-olds that are. Yeah. And then I realized that only 0.1% of the world is, or like less.
Well, they say they're millionaires, so
And I think that since I've moved here to Australia, 15,000 kilometers away from my home, the Netherlands, it's just living every day and being able to go to the beach, take a dip, and start my day is already such a powerful thing. It's like I'm so grateful for having made the decision. I'm far away from my family, and that's quite
it must be hard,
sad, but it's the greatest hunger. Like, I want to see my family so bad. I just need to make this thing work.
Yeah.
So if you loved it, please follow.
Yeah. Follow, subscribe, whatever you need to do. Post it, share it.
Yeah. I need to make this thing work.
Yeah.
So I can see them more often. And
Yeah.
my brother, he ended up on Hawaii, so he lives there.
Wow.
And he did the same thing. He traveled around the world. He went to Australia, and then he went to Bali. The only thing in Bali, he met a woman, and that is how he got sort of stuck in Hawaii.
Wow, so she's from Hawaii.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
They still together?
No,
Not anymore.
but they have kids, or they had kids, and
Wow.
that's a good reason to stay.
Yeah, true.
And I'm now here.
Yeah.
Similar reason, no kids yet, but with a vision and working on myself, and and sharing that.
Yeah, kudos to you, man. Like, not many people take that leap to move, like, literally the opposite side of the world. You couldn't get any more opposite. And pretty much, it's pretty close, right? It's like literally, 23 hours of travel time to get to,
Even more. It always took us long. Yeah, but it's cheaper flights though.
yeah, you take 4 stopovers to get to
takes 50 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, I guess, but that decision wasn't made overnight. It was like, it turned out to happen that way.
Yeah.
Like, it started with figuring out that the problem I had with language was I have dyslexia, so I always want to write things how I hear them.
Yeah.
And then people don't like it in English and Dutch because it's not the way you write it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but it sounds that way.
Yes. Yeah.
So I learned that Japanese was the solution. It had exactly that. It's what you hear is what you write. So it's like, just for a trial, let's see if I could learn this and if it would be hard. So I booked 3 months of a school in Okinawa in Japan.
Wow.
And I just studied there.
Japanese.
Japanese.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm nowhere near fluent, but it helped me understand that if you choose something you would like to learn, not something school is providing you, but something you do want to learn, you want to learn how do you learn? How do you obtain all this information? How do you retain it? How can you sit longer, study more? And I started reading these books, Get Smart, Brian Tracy, How to Set Goals, Atomic Habits, all of these, like, so many books to just find ways how I can obtain more of that information.
Yes.
And I guess through that whole process, I realized, I want to document more of my journey. I want to do more. And that's when my visa ran out in Japan. Wow. And I was like, how can I continue this process? Because I guess if I go back to my old environment, back with my parents, I will just fall back in old habits. So I looked up, where can I go? And Australia popped up because I could work there. It was one of the better working countries. And I could get a year visa. So I was like, okay, I can keep this going for another year.
So that's how it happened, then you moved to Australia.
And not even 2 months later, I met my now current wife.
What? In here?
Yeah, and we've been almost together for 3 months now.
Wow.
Married, living here.
Married for how long?
I think only like half a year now, something like that.
Yeah.
So we only currently...
How long have you known her now for?
Almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and just soulmates, right, from the...
Soulmate from the... How'd you meet her?
Bumble.
Wow, the
Shout
apps.
Apps. And the funny thing was, because I was on that self-development, I was like, I don't want to date anyone. I don't want to have any hookups. I don't want to be on the apps. But I still had the app on my phone.
Yeah.
And I had 2 matches, and I saw this outdoorsy person. I was like, maybe I should talk to her. And I had this rule, because I needed to have rules before I came here, because you need some guidelines.
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And
boundaries and things.
I think I had 5 rules or something around hanging out with people. It's like, I can hang out with you, but we can do one of the 5 things. It's like, we can work out, we can run, we can go to the beach, do jiu-jitsu, or do any hiking or something like that. Because I'm focused. I don't want to be drinking. I don't want to wake up too late. I want to be switched on. So it was hard though, but that helped me stay in that focus. And the funny thing, when I was talking with her, she was like, I'm doing Mount Everest base camp.
What?
In 2 months. I was like, serious? Holy shit.
And she just blew... Wow, your mind just exploded, eh?
Blew my mind.
Yeah.
And she was a runner, and she was fit, and she loved
She's like 6 steps ahead of you. You're like, what is going on?
She had her whole life figured out, and she knew what she wanted. And we had our first date, and it just went real well. The second date, we went on this hike. But I had to be honest then with her, because I had this conversation with my mom. I said, Mom, I lied to this girl. I lied about my age.
Oh, really?
And she's like, Tom, you have to be honest with her. I'm like, okay. So the next date I had was a hike. We're walking.
So how old is she?
So she is 30 now.
She's 30 now?
Yeah.
So it's 5 years between
5 years between us.
Yeah.
But when we were hiking, at that time, she was only 26, I think, or 25.
But you're an old soul, man.
I think she was turning 27, 26, and then...
Yeah.
So we're hiking, and I said, hey, I have to be honest with you, I've lied about something. And she's like, oh, what is it? I said, so how old did I say I was? She's like, 27, right? I'm like, yeah, about that. A bit younger, 26. No, a bit younger, 25. A bit younger, 24. A bit younger, 23. About to become.
Wow. So you were 22, almost 22.
22. And she was 27. And the funny thing was that I didn't expect was I would have never have met her if I didn't lie about my age.
Right.
Because she had her cutoff at 27.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So...
Wait, so can you lie on your age on Bumble?
Yeah.
You can. Right.
Or at least I did.
Yeah.
And...
Because why you wanted to perceive, you're
because
older.
Girls my age, they all want to party and they didn't fit in with what I needed.
100%.
And she was looking for someone more grown up that could fit with what she wanted.
Yeah.
And so because I lied and because my location was good enough or whatever, I met her. And it was serendipity to the max.
Serendipity. I love that word and I love that. That's amazing.
Right?
Yeah, that's amazing. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't want people to lie, but that's a crazy story.
I was honest straight away, so if you're ever in that situation, be honest about it.
Yes, yeah. But you were honest when you told her.
Yeah.
What was her reaction?
She was like, you're the most grown-up guy I've met in the last years. And I was like, thank you, I appreciate that. And she was super chill about it. Perfect. And she didn't mind it. And we just continued from there, and it's beautiful.
Wow. And then how, from then, like, when did you actually get engaged? Like, when did you propose?
That was in the Netherlands.
You were in the Netherlands?
Yeah. Like, I had this thing in my mind that I talked with my dad, right? Mm-hmm. And I had my brother's example of his relationships that didn't go that well. He got married, got a kid, and then it broke up. And so I was also on a journey, like so many, that trying to figure out how do you find a girl that fits you, or how do you find the right one. So I asked my dad, like, what should I do? And he's like, if you're not sure and you're now serious about whatever, don't look for it. But when you find someone, or you meet someone, just give it some time. Give it a year. Ask all the important questions in the beginning to just see if your thinking is the same.
Yes.
If your 10-year goals are the same. If thinking about
values,
money and values, money, kids, if that all lines up, and if 90% of that is similar or 80% is the same, then great. See where that goes.
I love that.
And then take a year to fully see, does this person really fit me? And are we aligned?
Yeah.
Because I had that problem that after 6 months, I thought that thing that was love left. Right. But the thing that was love, that was just the thing that I called love. And it was just sex drive or something like that.
Yes.
And that got boring.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the love. So this time I was like, how can I truly meet the person first and like the identity?
So wait, go back for that second. You said 6 months in. Yeah. Because I think for males, like that dopamine rush of that, I want to mate with you all the time. I want to go for it. I want to have sex. But then that kind of fades out. Yeah. But the love remained afterwards. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So for me, that usually was after 6 months, something like that. Yeah. And so we started thinking. I started thinking differently about that. So that was sort of how that sort of ended up.
But then you had to fall back onto like the crutches of your relationship, where you actually are you compatible, all these kind of things.
Yeah. So in the beginning, I was really with that frame of mind, like, I have to meet this person first. Who is she? Why do I like her? What are her hobbies? What are her interests? What is she seeing in the next 10 years? And where does she want to go?
There's deep questions to ask off the bat. Were they pretty?
No, I'm not asking them, phrasing them like this.
Of course. But it's like it's over time. You're asking those.
I guess maybe at day 3, we're talking about Mount Everest. Where does that come from? Desires, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you already get to know, like, oh, what is your family like? You hear how they think, what their beliefs are, and those type of things.
Yeah, amazing.
So without phrasing them weirdly on the first day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're not asking everything off the bat. Yeah.
But it was more the interest is there.
Yeah.
And then I'm not waiting to just figure them out of nowhere. I'm super interested in it.
Yeah, I love that.
And I think that really helped for the basis of our relationship, especially trust. Like, she knows I don't lie, and I don't.
Except for the very first time.
But I told the truth. So
you did.
I think that is that good basis of, like,
100%.
I never want to lie.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like one of those intentions. Like, I don't steal. You know.
Yeah.
Like, when I was a kid, I never said that. So then Pokemon cards disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So then that was like. So when you did end up proposing, it was in Netherlands, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you shared that story before?
I don't think in that way. No.
Yeah. Wow.
No, it was, but it's actually, there's one more fun thing to add on that. It's probably that I was in the hostel and a guy there said, "Oh, this area is so cool to live." He said Coolangatta, and I heard something with a C. That's what I could remember. So I was looking on the map and I saw something with a C. I was like, "Oh, that is Currumbin." He's probably meaning that area. So I started looking in that area, and indirectly I found the place where I lived in Burley.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I started living. But if I would have lived and remembered Coolangatta, that's like a few suburbs over, I would have been out of reach and would have never met my wife now.
Wow.
Because we would
Serendipity.
have been serendipity.
I love that. That's insane.
So, bad memory sometimes.
Yeah.
And I would have never been to Rhythm because I would have trained at a different gym.
Yeah, exactly. Never met me. It's
never be in this moment.
I love it, bro. I love it.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. The one thing I will say about you that I straight away that I recognized with you as soon as we started hanging out and we started doing jiu-jitsu together was that your ability to be so open to learning is crazy. Like, you came and trained at our gym and you didn't know too much about jiu-jitsu. You had some basic stuff, but you just, like, every time we rolled, it was like, what you did there, blah, blah, blah. And you just wanted to learn more and more and more and more. And I think you've applied that to all aspects of your life, to be honest. I think that's your greatest asset. Like, the fact that you're doing that with jiu-jitsu, I'm like, this guy just wants to learn and he wants to keep learning. It's like, it was so cool to see, man. It really was.
Really appreciate you saying that.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's funny that you said it because that was exactly the thing I wanted to embody from that new period of learning, from the self-development aspect. Like, how can I learn more? And when I was a kid, I always asked questions. And then I sort of stopped after a bit because it wasn't appropriate or something.
Yeah, right.
For a while. And then I realized, like, questions are the way to go.
Oh, man. Just, absolutely.
Like, when you realize that everyone knows something that could be of benefit to someone else, you just need to ask the right question.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's sort of how this came to be as well, like podcasting. It's like talking with these amazing people like you as well. Like, you have so many amazing things in your head.
Yeah.
We just have to talk about something and
get it out there.
It just comes out. And maybe something I've said, maybe something you said will have an impact on someone else.
Exactly.
So if it did, please leave in the comments. That will help me with the algorithm.
100%. Share it. If you feel it, share it. Yeah. 100%.
So I really love that.
That's beautiful.
I would like to go one last thing about self-development.
Yes.
What is something you think most people get wrong about self-development, and what's the one thing they should get right?
Oh, actually, you know what? You said something to me earlier. I think one thing people get wrong with self-development is, like, it's the procrastination of trying to learn more without applying anything. You know? It's like reading all the self-help books. It's reading all the stuff. It's, thinking about watching YouTube videos, even watching podcasts, for example, but not actually applying any of this self-development and actually putting it into action, right? Similar to the theme of what we've been talking about this whole podcast. It's like, you've got to then take the steps to move the needle somehow and actually change something. Otherwise, it just stays the same. Yeah. You know, I think for me, I did a university degree, but I was cautious to not be so overly educated without actually putting anything to action. Otherwise all these things are just theories in my head without applying anything. I think for self-development, people might remember a really cool quote about self-development, but are they actually actioning any of it? Are they doing the stuff that they're talking about? Yeah. That'd be one of the things I'd say.
I think my favorite way people describe exactly that is mental masturbation.
Yes, yeah, mental masturbation. I love that. Yeah.
And I think everyone in the whole process of trying to self-develop and trying to improve will have a period where they just in this absorption period, and
I think that's part of it.
Aren't fully effectively trying everything yet.
Yeah.
I've definitely had that period. Like I've read or listened to so many self-development books, so many podcasts, and I was like, how many have I now actually embodied?
Yeah.
And I think that is where I'm now. Like I'm at that action point of like trying to do more on effort, 20%, get 80% of the result, and just get so much feedback from the world, from the action.
Yeah.
And funny enough, when I was starting, again, Jack, thank you. You just said, Tom, stop planning so much shit and take more action.
Yeah, I love friends like that. Just call you out. Yeah, they just call you out, man.
And it's so good because it was so true.
Yeah, it's so true, man. So true.
So true.
It's like, for example, take it back to jiu-jitsu for a second. We could look at Instagram reels of moves that people do in jiu-jitsu all day. But if I'm not on the mats doing it, like, what is it? It's going to be in my head. I'm not going to remember it. Do you know what I mean? So you have to go there and experience it, drill it,
Exactly.
Do it wrong.
100
times and then see how you go.
It's like the magic clap after Ryan explains something and it just disappears like the Men in Black from your brain.
Yeah.
What were we doing?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So when anyone doesn't know, it's like after the coach teaches a technique, they all clap, do 3, 2, 1 clap. And it feels like the magic
boom. Oh,
magic black, and it's like full mental reset. Like what were all the steps?
Yeah, 100%. And then when we're drilling together, we get that wrong, and we're like, oh, what are we doing here?
It's like awkward. You're just in a scissor position. Like, why are we here?
Awkwardly touching each other.
Oh man,
so good.
Such a pleasure talking to you, man.
Man, really likewise, man. I love talking to you, and I love how deep we can really go, because that's where I want to live life, man.
Yeah.
In that area, and self-development. Who wants to live on the surface? Fuck that.
Yeah. If you don't find the deeper questions or deeper things to them, you just always stay on that surface level.
100%. I really value our friendships, and it's great, bro. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on
the
Journey to Life
awesome,
podcast.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
That was awesome.
If you learned anything, please leave a comment, and I'll see you every Tuesday.
Let's go.
Till next one.
Thank you, bro. That was awesome, man. I love that.